Hi everybody, Cindy here with Pathways Homestead. LeeAnne with Mennonite Farmhouse graciously asked me to join her collaboration in the 5 things that I love to can and 5 things that I don't like to can. As you all know, I absolutely love to can, so this was a very difficult challenge for me to narrow it down. So I'm going to give you the 5 things that I love to can. But first, I'm going to talk to you about my favorite canning books. So my absolute favorite is the Ball Blue Book. And this is my absolute favorite canning book. This is the one I recommend to everybody. My new one that Gary bought me that I adore is the Complete Guide to Canning. And it is Ball as well. And I guess I said it wrong, sorry. It is the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. I absolutely love this one as well. And I'm finding lots of great new recipes to try. So as many of you guys know, I didn't get to do as much canning last year, so my supplies are running low. If you haven't heard, we were sprayed with herbicide by accident last year and lost all of our gardens. So I'm having a time getting restarted. I had some amazing neighbors to share with me, so I did get to do some canning in 21, but it was quite a different year. So I'm going to get started. My absolute favorite thing to can is meat, and the only thing I have left right now is chicken. I typically can chicken, pork, beef, and venison. Absolutely makes the greatest, easiest meals, makes everything fast. And if you have several vegetables, so that moves us to our next thing. If you have several vegetables canned already, you can just throw them all together in a pot and have soup. So I had to narrow it down to 5 things. And as you can tell, my vegetables are getting very, very low. And so I'm having to rely on buying vegetables from the store right now. But that's okay. That's what we need to do. I also, along with the meat, can soups, and I don't have any of those left in stock right now, but I put that in the I put that in the meat category. The next thing is broth. I love canning the broth off of meats and bone broths. This is bone broth, that's chicken bone broth. I have some beef bones in the freezer that I need to get out and some beef broth. Then next I have sauces. So I have tomatoes, and then with the tomatoes I have tomato sauces. So spaghetti sauce and salsa and ketchup. Where did I put the ketchup? Oh, here it is. Ketchup are my favorite tomato products that I like to can. This salsa, or excuse me, this is barbecue sauce. This is peach barbecue sauce. I have tried several different tomato-based barbecue sauces, and I have not been pleased with them. But when I can get a hold of a lot of peaches, I absolutely adore making peach barbecue sauce. The recipe for the peach barbecue sauce is in the Ball Complete Guide to Home Preserving. I struggle with that title, guys, but it is in this book. It is titled Zesty Peach Barbecue Sauce. Now I did instead of using hot pepper flakes, I did just put in a few cayenne peppers, like 1 or 2, not very many, but you can change this up a little bit and really make it your own. But that is my favorite thing to do with peaches. Gary loves peach jam. He loves me to do peaches in syrup, but I like the peach barbecue sauce. So we went over the tomato products, and one tomato product that actually goes into the next category is tomato jelly. So I love doing tomato jelly. I know it turns a little dark. This was from a couple years ago. Then jams and jellies. I have cherry rhubarb jam, and I have a video on that one. This is wild plum jelly, and this is made out of Choctaw plums, which is a wild plum native to Kansas and several other states. This is pawpaw butter, which is a jam. So it is made out of pawpaw fruit. And then the next category that I love is pickles. So I love pickles, and we have several varieties here. We have dilly beans. We have regular sliced dill pickles, which the dilly bean, yeah, of course the dilly beans. We have pickled green tomatoes. These are bread and butter pickles. We have pickled okra, which is dill. We have a dill pickle relish that I like. And we have sweet pickled jalapenos and sweet pickled carrots. So that gets us through our pickles. I love canning pickles. I love canning all different kinds of varieties of pickles. I'm sorry, I'm very limited in what I have access to right now in my canning stores. This isn't the complete of all my canning. You know, I'll have several jars of certain things. You know, if you have a real good year of okra, you'll can a bunch of pickled okra up. So this okra came from a friend of ours, and I got it canned up. Here's some more okra. Speaking of okra, this is pressure canned okra. I need to, and I believe it is in this book. Okra is on page 114 in the ball blue book. The ball blue book, preserving guide to preserving. So canned okra is in this book and this book as well. So if you're interested in canning okra, go right ahead. Okra is amazing. If you are on a keto diet and you like thick soups, consider okra. So I will put this in a soup, and the gooey stuff actually thickens the soup, guys. I know that a lot of folks don't like okra, and if you don't like okra, you can just drain it and just get the goo in to thicken it. You can also puree it and make it smooth to put in your soup if you struggle with okra. And if you put it in your soup is not going to have that slimy texture unless you put too much in. It's just going to be a nice thickener. The other thing that I absolutely love to can is greens. These are Swiss chard greens, but I like to can spinach greens, mustard greens, collard greens, all kinds of greens, kale greens, and this just happens to be Swiss chard, and that's what I have left. I have like 4 jars, and I canned this in 2020. So even though LeeAnne doesn't like canning it, I love canning it. So we're going to get to the hard part. The 5 things that I don't like to can, or that I don't love. And I struggled, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't find hardly any. Years ago, Gary grew an okra called Texas Hill Country. And I don't know if we picked it at the wrong time or what, but I pickled it. We do not like it at all. It is way slimier than Grandpa Cargill's okra or the Clemson spineless okra. This is Clemson spineless that we got from friends. And Grandpa Cargill's okra is probably a Clemson spineless. And I didn't like it. The other pickles that I don't like pickling is pickle spears. I'm not crazy about the pickle spears. I don't know why. I just don't like them. So those are 2 of the things that I don't like to can. The other thing is cinnamon pickles. We love Grandma Cargill's cinnamon pickles, and I tried making cinnamon pickles, and I don't know what I did, but we do not like them. You can eat 1 or 2, and they're really, really good, and then the rest, and then you get another bite, and you're like, ah. And it's almost like I didn't get enough lime out of them, like I didn't soak them long enough maybe. So I am going to try it again, but I don't love it. I just really, really do not love it at all. I hate canning corn. I really honestly hate canning corn, so I don't can corn. I leave it on the cob and put it in the freezer. So that's one that I don't like to can, is corn. And I'm trying to think, what else don't I like to can? Well, I can't find a 5th thing that I don't like canning. And this is just a highlight because I absolutely love canning. I love the beauty that the jars have on the shelves. I love the security of having the food. I just love canning. Thank you, LeeAnne, for inviting me to join your collaboration. And I'll put a link here, whichever side. I'll put a link up here for LeeAnne's video she's going to do, for LeeAnne's video and for the playlist that goes along with it. So thank you guys for watching. I pray you have a blessed day. And remember, God made you special and He loves you very much.